Okay.
So you're gonna have two.
Okay.
2 videos, not a big deal. It's happened before.
I use this to work all the time.
Sure.
Food inspections.
I got the word coldness, so I'm expecting something to pop up on your video.
Me. All right.
Sound? Do you not like the sound? So all last week I was asking questions and the answers were coming through that shirt. So I was like walking away and I like calibrated the video with the audio and it was crazy. Because she was just like, oh, I just said 5. And I was like, I just asked how many kids she had over here, kind of thing. Like it was time.
What?
Got the word time.
Oh.
If you guys want to switch gadgets like among your party, I'm okay with it. All your gadgets have been sanitized, by the way. That's why I show up early, so I can clean everything. Heavy? Kim, what do you got up there? Let's move up to where she is, because I see blinking lights. You got anything showing up there?
Mm-mm.
Wanted? Traveler. Yes, they're all travelers here. Nobody's from Charleston here. Actually, if you put them together, it actually time traveler. Because the word before that was time. Okay, we need a name. Who's here with us?
Mine.
Mine?
Mine.
What's yours?
70.
70? Well, we just talking about Big John, who was here in the 70s.
So it was colder there. It was 64
Where's the
there for
video?
a little bit. Not anymore.
Yeah, you were coughing.
Probably went away because of this.
No, man, that's freaky. I'll do that. No. That, I mean, you gotta.
I'll do that because you're right.
I mean, how dark are we wanting it to be? Because just a second ago, that was a lot darker than
I see that.
like
It's
a dark
moving
green.
around. So then you have to take, like, your average right now is like right on 69. So if you move the camera so that the crosshairs goes to that darker spot and it's like 5 degrees colder.
Okay.
Get you that way.
Brad. Just got the name Brad. Brad. Brad, is anybody else here with you? None.
Just Brad.
It literally said none. So, Brad, what do you want to tell us? We're here listening. Now? Brad, if you're not going to communicate, I'm going to move on. Can you say goodbye? Brad, I didn't hear you. Say goodbye. We're gonna move on.
So they.
Breathing. You're not breathing anymore, dude. That's crazy. It just keeps getting up to red. Yeah, they just heard music going through the car.
Anything there?
Nothing.
No. Every time I
thought
think
she
I
had a
see
blue
something,
spot.
yeah, every time it doesn't.
But
It
even
doesn't
if you
drop the fire.
even if you see the blue spot like up away
Yeah.
from that, see if like leave your camera here so that way it'll pan to the right, and that way the blue spot you'll be able to see if it moves or captures a white outline.
Okay.
Cloudy. Alright, guys, let's move on to the next spot since I'm not getting anything perfectly responsive. Alright, green lights. We might have to take that thing and reverse that. Killing me with the twisties.
What's that?
The green light. We're gonna actually head up this way. Another parking lot, right? So this one actually has some history to it. This is the mansion site for Charles and Eliza Pinkney.
Sorry, there were earlier when I was walking around, there were a couple of homeless guys. So
Yeah, I looked before I came over. Yeah, just the past couple weeks, don't disturb them. Just in case they are hiding out. Normally I've been pushing it up there, but I didn't see it. So, expect is the word I got. Something expected to come up. So, Charles and Eliza Pinkney lived here. So, who was Charles Pinkney? Him and his son, Charles Pinkney, were signers of our Constitution. This was their mansion that they lived in. So, pretty cool, but I'm not a politician, nor do I care about politics. So, I'd rather tell you Eliza's story. It's a little bit more interesting. So, Eliza married Charles, and she was the second Eliza that he married. And the wife before that was also named Eliza. So this Eliza is Eliza Lucas Pinkney. So I've actually had the word Lucas come up when I've been in this set, which is super cool. But anyway, Eliza married Charles so that way she could stay here in the States. So she was from England. Her dad was sick. He wanted her home. She said no. So then she married into the Pinkney family. But she was also a botanist. So after her dad got better, they made amends. Dad used to send over plants all the time because she was a botanist. This is where your indigo crops for Charleston started. So if you guys have been around Charleston, you know that we had rice plantations here, and then they went to hell in a handbasket, and then basically indigo took over. This is exactly where it started. So indigo makes blue dye that makes your blue jeans blue. Okay, some people need to know that. But anyway, she was also the businesswoman that sold the indigo overseas, which is what saved Charleston after the rice plantations went down. So Eliza loves to talk to me here. Everything in here is friendly. All right, the green lights. Alright. You're killing me, Smalls.
You got to keep them low on the ground, not anything up.
You're not going to catch anything with the twisting. Yeah, there you go. Nice and slow. So, Eliza has come through and has told me her name. She'll talk to me about her kids. She'll tell me about her husband's wives and how many he had. Just a matter of which questions I'm starting to get. She'll tell me about the plants that she planted. So the mansion would have been in the front. It did burn down. So if we get the words fire or anything related to that, we know we actually have something intelligent. Her garden would have been adjacent here with the dumpster, and then the slate homes would have been back here by the trunk. So kind of give you a gist of the layout. We get the word necessary. This used to also be a restaurant called Molly Darcy's. There have been apparitions that have been seen in there, a woman in blue dress, but it's not Eliza. It was allegedly her aunt. So just based on the period of the dress that somebody actually saw with the word occupy. Now, they're going to turn this into a commercial hotel, which is going to suck because they're not going to do an archaeological dig. They're not going to be able to dig up all of the extra things that could be in this ground that we could learn more about the Pinkneys in that time period. So we're talking mid-1800s. So again, we're going to miss out on a lot of stuff. I'm sure that has all been pushed back to 2021, which is going to be great for me because, guys, if I were to have a grand finale, this is where we're going to get the bulk of our activities. So Spirit Box is super active in here, so be listening attentively just like you did back then. Great job there. Cold spots, this is a nice slow sweep through the whole place. Just be careful back by the trailer. Again, I don't know if we have any homeless tonight. And the EMF is just going to go bonkers. Wherever you are, Kim, and you have reds, you need to be shouting you got reds so we can all come to you. I already got the word occupy.
Okay, well, I got red here.
All right, Eliza, we got a whole new group tonight. You got to be able to talk to us. Do you have anybody here with you? And who is it? It's me. And who else? Get another word when it starts chirping like that. It means that this spirit box is going to give us another word soon. Repeated. Yes, I'm here pretty much every night.
Again, it's a family-friendly tour. If anything comes out as malevolent, I move on very, very quickly.
Here we are.
We're here.
Disappeared.
Yeah,
Eliza,
that sees the green. You see anything over here, Glenn?
Would he say that they don't like the green?
Yeah. Seven.
7.
Sam, don't shine the light yet. Okay.
okay, let's test one of the theories I have with this EMF. What is that light in the center? A lot of times we'll go in pulse with what's happening on the EMF, and it's definitely not the same light. It's just weird how you're getting the red pulses, and if we were actually video that, people live up there, but
They would probably have to switch.
it seems like whenever it pulses, you're like 2 frames later on the red.
We've actually done a video to see how close it can be. It's relatively close on some nights.
Because it's not always blinking. Sometimes it's blinking really fast. Sometimes it's totally on. Alright, come on, Eliza. Incredible. Implementation. Uncover. Like it's just spitting off words. Like just. So when I hit the word list, I can kind of see if I missed some. So it just gave me those 3 words. Look how close they are. All within one second. Normally, if this guy is sitting at home, there's like it's not haunted at home. So I can have it'll just tell me a word every 3 to 5 minutes. When they're coming through like that, like something is Eliza, what are we uncovering? You know I'm not gonna dig, so I'm not gonna uncover anything. Charles with us tonight? Charles, are you here? That was an interesting noise. Charles, if you're here, say hello.
No, not that I.
It's just kind of. What's that? Yeah, you mean it really fast?
Yes, it is.
Right there.
Well, tell him. It's deep in there.
Dumpster.
Do you want to tell me?
Are you getting anything on the video at all?
Not that I see. I haven't seen any like significant
Sees it,
drops.
Sam.
Your bag keeps showing up as blue, but I don't think that means anything.
No, it's in every video like
Yeah.
that.
So, I mean, and I will like move slowly toward like dark blue places, and it's not anything cold.
I heard friendly.
Friendly? I got the word husband. And I think I had the word husband here one night last week too. So, might be Charles wanting to talk to us and pissed off that I don't tell his story.
How much is a significant drop in temperature?
5 to 8 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Really red in that direction.
Don't turn the green thing on yet, Sam.
Gonna do the wrong thing with it every time.
That EMF is going crazy over here. Eliza, you're not very talkative tonight.
She said she heard blue jeans. Indigo.
Who did? Blue
Yeah,
Jean and Indigo?
No, she heard blue
I heard blue
jeans.
jeans.
But she meant indigo was a blue jean.
Yeah. I can see the connection. That's why you guys get the story first, so you know what you're listening for and looking for. Charles, we'd really like for you to come through. Your wife knows me pretty well. My name's Nick. Hey, Nick. So you guys can rewind that because it was very subtle, almost like in a whisper. Rewind it right where I said that. That's why we record it. It said, hey, Nick, real fast. So, Charles, where are you buried? Can you tell us where you're buried? If you notice, I try to stay away from yes or no questions. I want definitive answers. A number, a word. Charles, can you tell me where you're buried? I know where you're buried, but can you tell me? Can you tell me St. Philip's?
Is that you?
No, Eliza's not even buried here. She's in Philadelphia.
Why's that?
She died up there, I can't remember which disease, but she was, I think, well into her 70s. But the husband is buried here. He's in St. Philip's. We'll go by that later.
Just go in there.
Charles, can you say St. Philip's and let us know that you're here?
I want to go in the trash.
You're gonna get got.
Huh?
So you're gonna get got.
Sounds nice.
It's amazing the things we'll hear. Phillips? Charles, or any of your children here? You hear that? I heard something there.
So it's the wind.
You don't want
Alright, how we doing, guys? Still going nuts, but I'm not getting much either.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna actually move on to the next spot after I tell Eliza and Charles goodbye. But your gadgets on the main road, like yours is gonna go crazy because of the ley lines underneath the street. So our street lights and those kind of things are gonna make that thing go off. Just ignore it.
Okay.
By all means, keep filming because you never know what you're gonna catch in the background. Grid pen in your pocket until we get to our next spot. Making me dizzy with your quick turn. If you want to keep listening to the spirit box, again, we're going to be walking about 2.5 blocks to get to the next spot. Fair enough?
Yes.
Like this here is a very active spot, so it's going to be interesting to listen to this again. And if you guys catch something before I do listen to all of these tours. Believe it or
Did you
not.
hear it?
I review all the video, I listen to the tours. It might not be, very next day,
The
but I
sound,
upload
yeah.
everything for you, and then I watch it within a week. So that way, I sit down on the couch and watch YouTube. And then my daughter helps me find the blue circles and listen. And I listen to the audio in the car and that kind of thing. I do drive Uber Eats during the daytime when tours are slow, so it gives me an opportunity to listen to all your tours.
There you go.
So I crank it up in certain spots just to see what I can actually hear. So he's having a blast with that grid pen. So I've been updating, just so you guys know, this kit gradually as obviously business has been picking up and I was able to get the thermal camera. This weekend I actually have a grid box coming in, so it's a red square instead of those green dots. It's going to be literally a 20 by 20 grid, and my plan is to put the grid pen on top of it so that way they line up, because when you actually capture something you can put it into a 3D program software and actually see exactly what was there, whether it was a facial feature, a body, something along those lines. Like, that's the gist, because we'll be able to capture it. Like if we capture something quick enough, I can take it even from the thermal imaging camera, put it into the software, and see the full apparition of what was there. So, yeah, lots of stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, guys, let's take a hike. You ready to film the? All right, Elijah, we're gonna see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow night.
So while we're walking, do you want to carry this? Okay, put it in your pocket, dude.
Good night, Elijah. Watch your step, everybody. I'm not making that up here like Friday and Saturday. I'm so busy down here that I don't. It's just touch and go with the. So is this what everybody thought it was going to be?
Interesting. Oh my God.
Why'd you say that like a
Response, so I'm guessing you guys are
Oh,
stuck.
yeah.
That wire.
You get our free pralines in
They were yummy.
there.
Yes,
They were out by the time we got
It
there.
was yum.
Oh, this is where we were. Yeah, I couldn't be a vlogger on this one. It's too bad. I think I just put that song. No, it doesn't, because that was dumb.
Police on the corner, so much.
What?
It's recording sound if that isn't. How was it? There we go. 30-ish.
It's time. The what? What does it do? Wait. Well, he said it was the cop. I didn't make that up. He said there's a cop right there, so I'm not gonna do.
It's Nick Kroll that does that.
It's like a bunch of black people in the front. So I'm not happy that he keeps getting in trouble. But no, he's not happy because he keeps getting in trouble. Because I said, "So do you want to hold the camera while we're walking down the street?" He goes, "No."
We'll hear about that. I think your mom was pretty good.
Not very much of a street. People actually used to live in Spirit Box. This is a new kind of place I'm researching. This is where I normally would tell you like some of my psychic stories or something that actually happened in one of my other investigations. But I've been finding out so much about this place. There were people that used to live on this street. All kinds of people. Whether it started off with like high-end lawyers, and then it started going into fishermen and that, like, because again, still 1 block away from the water. So in the event, the Spirit Box actually gives us a name. By all means, you can listen to it from the car. Here's when I try to turn down here. We only use your cars down here. But I mean, you really need to be watching that thermal camera because I'm doing a lot of research on this place. I'll give you one of my quick-ended psychic stories before we move on. But I mean, again, if you listen to the Spirit Box to see if you capture anything, the EMF will go touch and go. And I got Isabel. I have the list of names of people that used to live on this street. Isabel is one of them. I've never had a name come up here before. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not trying to make things exciting for you, but that is super exciting to me. So I will send you the document that shows you when Isabel lived here, so that way you guys have that decade. And if she wants to talk to us, this will be open as I tell my story. So hopefully she speaks to you. That would be amazing. So I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Gwen.
Gwen. I will get it right. I'm going to get everybody.
You can call me Doug's kid since you know
Doug's
Doug.
kids.
I mean, there's two of
For
us.
Sam,
but-
I've had to say his name about 10
yeah.
times.
No, you can just call me Doug's kid. So.
Alright, so, I'll tell you the story because I'm from here. So I will tell you, the Brentwood restaurant is in Little River, South Carolina. The gist of my book that I was working with that psychic was I would pick him up and then I wouldn't tell him where we were going. It would just be, do your thing, I'll record it and look up the database. So that was pretty much it. I would just tell him how to dress. So I'd pick him up, and he used to do automatic rating. You guys know what that is? Automatic rating? Automatic rating is if you and I are having a conversation, my hand is writing completely something different. It has nothing to do with what's coming out of my mouth. It has nothing to do with what you're telling me. It's not suggested thought. If you were to say, hey, Columbia, because that's what's on your jacket, my hand's not going to write Columbia. It's going to write, you know, brick wall and cotton field and all kinds of other things. So some of that automatic writing that he did on that particular trip, we got the initials EM, the letter C, fish is okay for breakfast, I feel lucky, like all these crazy terms, dates, numbers, all these things. So to prove the psychic ability, this was like my biggest thing. The dates and the numbers are all on my blog. I'll put the link in your data so you guys can look it up, because I don't memorize dates, but it all matched up. But when we walked into that restaurant, first off, we had to go down a little alley street, and it was called Luck Street. So the I feel lucky in his automatic rating, he predicted before we even got there. We walk in and he goes straight up to the chef, who's the owner of the restaurant, and he says, you have the same exact initials as the person who used to own this house, because it was a house turned restaurant. The wife starts laughing, and I asked her not to say anything about anything until we were done. I said, well, you have to reveal it now that you're laughing. She's like, so just tell me what's going on. So the chef's name was Eric Masson, E.M. We already had those initials on the automatic writing, which we showed. Then the wife starts laughing. The previous owner was Essie McCorsley, E.M. The C that was in there was her husband, Clarence. So we had all of this stuff just from the start. The fish is okay for breakfast. It turns out Essie used to take in orders and would cook whatever they brought in. Most of those people were sailors. So what are sailors bringing in? Fish. So fish was okay for breakfast. So we had all of this extra stuff. But at the end of the tour, like we sat down in the dining room to kind of go over things, and right above the psychic was a whole ceiling full of ladybugs. Ladybugs are a sign of luck. They weren't there when we started. They weren't there throughout any part of the tour, but it was just a matter of all of these things started coming true. And when I started researching the dates and all of these things that she used to do with that house, it was all like miracle work. Because the only thing I knew was that the place was gone. So guys, we're actually going to go to the end of this alley. It is residential at the end, so technically the tour guides are not allowed to do touristy things. So we're just going to be 8 people ghost hunting together. We're going to be friendly. We're going to make our right outside this alley, and then we're going to go up and see what other houses we can find. Silent. Just to be silent. That's Isabel makes me super excited. Like I said, I actually have a document that has her name on it. Can everybody see? Flashlight's not right there. Alright. So, yes, people live down here. Nothing going on. I know you were like very excited about this. That's all right.
It's all good.
You can take pictures, see what you can capture there. There's some places where pictures are really coming in handy.
I think Mom's just excited we got the devices. I'm just excited because it sounds like BuzzFeed Unsolved.
It sounds like what?
BuzzFeed Unsolved. They do ghost hunting seasons. They switch with true crime. So.
Yeah, I've watched quite a
Yeah. I'm not sure how valid theirs are, but it sounds like it with the...
is that the one with the really skeptic guy? That?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the really skeptical one and then the one that believes it. So.
Yeah, that believes everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched a few episodes of
Yeah.
research.
They had the bat. They had a bat fly at him. He's like, it's a ghost. And the other one was like, no, it's... Like, usually I'd give it to you, but that's a bat. Yep.
So I've added a new location that I really didn't do much with before I had that camera, and now that I have it, I kind of added it into the storylines just because I've been trying to capture anything moving in the windows. We can't go near it. We can only stay on this side of the street. But the brick building at the very end is what we're going to be going after.
Okay.
The windows are going to be blue. We're looking for a darker blue inside those windows, and of course anything moving.
Okay, I'll let you look at it because I think I understand it, but also I'm glad it's recording. So if I don't,
and that's again. So I mean, I'll help look at it, but I want, of course, I got to tell what's haunting the place. More flexibility and then national.
Are you limping? You okay?
You alright? Too much walking?
He's a runner.
Alright, so if you can just be filming that very slowly, let everybody catch up and I'll tell what's happening there.
Is it gonna clear
Let
out?
the windows turn blue, so tilt it however you need to because we're looking for those darker blue in there. So guys, the dark brick over here on the corner is Bachi's restaurant, or used to be Bachi's restaurant. Was sold in 2015 because it's completely haunted and nobody wants to occupy it since. Now, if I were to ever start a Stories in a Cemetery store, it would go right there because it's completely haunted. Things move around, the doors won't stay locked, those kind of things. So what I have Gwen doing is she is filming it because I want to see if I can capture anything within the windows moving around. So my daughter has actually captured a shadow in one of the pictures before. She has an iPhone, so it takes pictures very quickly. It was in one picture, but not in the next. So my wife, who's into photography and designed all my stuff for work, she is analyzing, like she has a file. Every time I get something, I send her a file. Here you go, look at this. But really what we're looking for is when I watch this on YouTube, probably sometime this week, I will see if there's any blue coming through. This particular restaurant, I didn't even talk about before I got the camera. It was pointless because I had nothing to gauge it. We have to stay on this side of the street because that's residential. People live in the yellow part on the way back. So that's completely empty. But again, I would rent it out as a haunted hotel at the top and put a ghost kit in every room kind of thing and then have the ghost equipment downstairs along with some paranormal books. That's the dream. And then of course cell phones. So Gwen, if you want to videotape slowly as we're going by, your phone.
There's a light on? Oh, there is a light on. Should we tell him there's a light on? Are we supposed to tell him about that?
What's that?
This is where we were today.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to learn about some of the
Yeah,
history.
we went to this
They're going to go all the way up to the gate. We're going to go about halfway. And once they leave, I'll go up and show you guys like some of the graves that are up there. But there's some stories over here by the gate.
Oh, Sam, is this where you slapped me?
Yes.
Alright guys, so we passed up the alley that's back there. That's Dueler's Alley. At least that's what us Charlestonians call it. But it's now Philadelphia Alley. Dueler's Alley, as in, that's when the duels used to take place. Take 20 paces, turn and shoot kind of duel. Well, the loser would come through that gate and go straight to his grave. The gate is still there. We're talking 1700s, 1800s. So, kind of one of those weird little Charleston fun facts. But she's actually telling a lot of the same stuff because it's the legends and lore of Charleston. So I will tell you, across the street with the building with the cross on it, that's actually the Powder magazine. It's on record the oldest building in Charleston. It actually used to hold gunpowder. It served in about 12 different wars. I've done my research on it and have walked through with several pieces of equipment. I get nothing from it. There's all kinds of claims about a pirate haunting there. I get nothing. I've been there several times. So If somebody told you it's haunted, I'm going to call BS. I'm claiming it not haunted, just based on my own research. So, but it's a super interesting building. So if you're into old war stuff and the old uniforms, it's amazing. Again, one of those cheap little Charleston finds. And again, it's a groin vaulted ceiling, which means it has 8 pillars on the outside that are 36 inches thick. So pretty thick, yeah. And the ceiling of it, the roof, is actually filled with sand from 1712. So we got some really old sand at the top. The premise behind that was if something were to attack it, the explosion would keep it stuck. So that's the whole reason why it's a groin vaulted ceiling too. But it is in the middle of where the Charlestown walls would have been. So it's inside those walls. Some people think, oh, it was built for something else. No, it was actually meant to be done, the powder magazine. So, but again, 12 different wars, in and out. Never served any war in full. It's just kind of like them, let's move the gunpowder to Charleston. They'll keep it safe for a few months. So, quick stories of what she's telling up there. There's a sign right past the gate where that woman's standing, and it basically says there's no ghost here but the Holy Ghost. And there's a reason for that. Did you guys see that sign when you were up there earlier? Okay. 1888, a woman died 10 days after her stillborn child. 1988, exactly 100 years later, a photographer comes to town, takes pictures, puts his camera lens into the water, and takes a picture. Catches a full apparition. 1988, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have any kind of Photoshop, any of those things. So in order for us to debunk it, he had to send it off to Kodak. That was a photograph company. So Kodak could not debunk it. Now, it would show the picture on the photo, but it's one of those things where it actually has a person behind it. Any female that holds the picture will start to feel usually disoriented, this kind of thing. Pregnant woman that holds the picture, she will not have a good time. So I am cursing my own toys. I don't play with it. You want to look it up? Her name was Susan Howard. Now, mind you can view it on your computer screen. I'm not passing the picture around on my phone. It's not very cool thing to do. So that's one of the stories which I was first. The next one is, so I'm going to give you a little bit of geography. There's 2 parts of the cemetery. Okay, so the funny thing is, the words I got when we were in the other alley, I got the words marble, and I got the words praise, monument, and collapse. They want to take the John C. Calhoun monument down because they're saying that it is a racist and represents the slavery of Charleston, and they want it taken down and moved into next to his grave. So, but again, those words coming through kind of go with what's happening in Charleston right now. A week after the riot, my entire tour was all, like when I looked at the data as a whole, I'm like, this is happening like a riot. Like they were angry. There was a lot of hostility going through the words. There was some things coming through on the audio that I was like, wow, this is really not really about the tour. It was about the riots. But anyway, a little bit of geography. The 2 cemeteries right past that side of the cemetery, you have the Pirate House. That's where Blackbeard's men would come in, and they would have a good place to sleep, and they would grab a drink, and they would go catch a show with Dr. Theater, which is 1 block away. And how would they get in there? There was a tunnel from the Pirate House, underneath the ground, over to the Dr. Theater.
I know, because like as soon as you
in
do it,
1990, we closed it in.
freaks
It's no
out
longer
with
there.
the game.
Sucks, because I would like to go down and check it out. So the Dock Street Theater, one of the top 10 haunted locations in America.
You see the white stuff? Over there, that's the outline of it. So like, look, Dad has
You
an
can actually just
outline.
walk in and kind of go and take pictures.
You see?
And, do the tours and
Dad's
stuff.
outline.
But the ghosts that are there are all based off of St. Philip's and when it was originally a theater. So Dock Street Theater's changed 3 times. Well, twice, technically. First it was a theater. This used to be Dock Street. And then it turned into a hotel. And then it turned back into Dock Street Theater, but this is now Church Street. So we just kept the original name. So kind of keep that in mind as I tell the story. The story goes, there was a young lady that worked here at the church, St. Philip's, and she was past the marrying age of 17. No one wanted her. She was 23. So Planners Hotel actually had some prostitution going on. So she went down there and got herself a job. Yeah, she still wasn't happy. So she used to go out onto the second story of the balcony and lean on the wrought iron banister there and kind of ponder about coming back to the church. So one night the priest from St. Philip's goes down and talks to her about coming back. Storm rolls in, lightning strikes the wrought iron banister and strikes her dead. Now, her ghost is said to have been seen there from the knees up only. Why is that? Because remember, we changed the building. from Planners Hotel to Dock Street Theater that we know now, we raised the first floor ceiling. She's walking on the floor that she knows. So we can only see her from the knees up. We didn't know that when that apparition was first seen. Somebody actually had to do the research. The other ghost that said had been seen there is that of Junius Booth, father of John Wilkes Booth, who shot Lincoln in a theater. Junius is not from here. He did not die here. He was just an actor during the first round of Dock Street Theater. And he's just said to kind of hang out. You see him in a period dress. Now, you're probably asking, what did I find when I was there? Absolutely nothing. I believe it's haunted from something else. I believe wood has a spiritual ability, so when you transport it to somewhere else, it carries the spirit that was with it along with it. There is wood in that building from the Radcliffe Borough neighborhood, kind of close to where we started. That's the Anson Borough. You go 2 more blocks, you have Radcliffe Borough. A mansion burned down. Charleston saves everything, and we recycle it. So when we do that, they moved it into the Dock Street Theater. The doors you see when you first go in to the down, like the main floor, those are from that mansion. The banister railing 12 feet in the air on the balcony is also from that mansion. I can't get near it with the EMF, and they won't let me near the doors to go see if I can capture anything there. So if there's any kind of haunting there, I believe it's within the wood. Like, that's just my belief. So we will kind of wait until they move along. Your grid pen, Sam, is actually, this will be really cool for you if we can get up there. So we're going to give them another minute. And when we get up there, Glenn, you're going to be filming the grave the entire time to see if we can catch Susan Howard Hardy's apparition.
Does this pick up sound?
Yes.
This thing?
So even though you may be walking away from me,
yeah,
you have your audio and we have my audio.
Okay.
So that way we can kind of sync them up in case you hear something and I don't.
Okay.
I like having the 2 points of audio because it really works out well.
Yeah, I just said something dumb, so
I'm gonna hear it later.
I was joking. I was like, I couldn't be a vlogger. My wrist hurts too much, so I was hoping nobody would ever hear that.
We're all gonna hear it. And now that you said something, we're all gonna rewind it to make sure we catch it. All right, Sam. I know you've been dying to use that thing. Come on, buddy. So here's the sign. All right, so you're going to start off low. There's a building back there, so try to get in between. There you go. You don't want to get the building.
And I don't know which grade you want me to film. Just any of them?
Just do a slow pan. Let's see what we can capture. We know the bars are going to be in there. That's perfectly fine. Again, this is a hit or miss kind of spot. Sometimes I capture some EMFs from here. Most of the time I don't. It's, like I said, very touch and go. But I kind of like to give you guys a minute to actually. The funny thing is, everybody thinks that this is a cemetery tour where I'm staying for cemeteries. You're not going to find a whole lot of spiritual activity in a cemetery because who the hell wants to hang out where they're buried? Like that's my thought process. Anytime I ever do a cemetery, there's not a whole lot of activity except for Magnolia. Magnolia has probably been the most active. There you go. Spread that thing out pretty good. Now your spirit box, you might actually capture a few things here too. You've caught in some things sporadic. It's not as active as the Pinkney Mansion, but it's still a good spot to check things out. I got the word ribbon. I don't know if that has any reference here. I don't know if there's any ribbons on that basket that was sitting next to Susan Howard Hardy, but I can look into it. And they've been working on like keeping the headstones and all that stuff kind of free and clear and to clean things up, so I haven't been able to actually get in here to get like really good pictures. But the other side you can tour during the daytime. So who was staying late? Is that this week? Is that you guys? This is your last night here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's you guys. So if you guys actually go up and down, that side of the cemetery is actually open during the daytime. You can walk through it. It's really cool. You can see Calhoun. They leave it open because Calhoun is sarcophagus is in there. It's above ground. Anything on the email? No. Nothing?
No.
You know, if this were darker, oh, I guess it's the top of that thing because it almost looks like a head right there. But I think it's just that right there on top of that gravestone. Yeah,
Let's get back to Philadelphia Alley. This is, like I said, a touch or go kind of place. You never know.
What does that mean?
It's like an anti-cop thing.
Oh,
Except they actually say it, and that I
I had no idea. Never heard of it.
I'll get the windows again.
Where the lights are. Shining through.
Disappointed. Now the ghost
Maybe
talks
she's
about
Mary
the sound of
Poppins.
music.
The
That is
sound
not
of music.
Mary Poppins.
Sound of music.
Yep. This is exactly what I was pointing out before. So this is the death gate.
Oh.
This is where the dueler would go to die. Alright, so guys, this is every other ghost tour's big finale. I'm going to give you the story in about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay? It's a cool story. I told you that this used to be called Dueler's Alley. Right? So I'm going to tell you one duel that was probably one of thousands, but it's a really cool story, and it's written in pretty much every ghost book about Charleston. So Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd moved down to Charleston because his fiance, her lawyer, would not allow him to marry her because she just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. So the lawyer wanted to make sure the doctor was going to finish his studies and start his practice. So he sent him out. He comes down here in Charleston, and the coachman who drops him off set him up to be robbed and killed. Put him in a bad neighborhood, told him to go into the inn that he dropped him off at. He had some buddies in there waiting to take all his money. Oh, you're still on. Oh, you just got final. See there? He's supposed to know.
Well, you said finale.
Yeah. So somebody passing by heard the coachman dropping him off at a bad place, and he said, "No, this isn't a very good place. Let me take you somewhere safe." And he sent the coachman on his way. He took the doctor over to 59 Church Street, which is about 1.4, 1.5 miles from where he's seen. So, I thought that gentleman walking by was Ralph Isaacs. That was his name. So the two became friends. However, Ralph Isaacs was just a normal Charlestonian. Hey, how's it going, man?
How y'all doing?
You're good.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. So, what's your Tommy Gun? That place is haunted too. Everything's haunted down here. I was actually right next to Bocce's restaurant. That restaurant that I showed you.
I don't-
Worked right next to it.
Sorry, you said like a 5-degree temperature drop.
Yes.
65 is the lowest I've gotten tonight, and I just got it. I don't know if that's it's not like dark blue, but 65 is the lowest temperature I've gotten that I've seen.
That's okay. Keep
So-
your eye on that death door. I haven't had
Okay.
anything come out of there before, so if you capture something, you'll be the first.
Okay. Oh, maybe I'm just, being silly.
Alright, where was I?
Where's Ben?
Ben.
Bend. Bend over. Or bend.
I've gotten words like doctor and medicine and PhD and those kind of things in here. So anyway, the two become friends. The guy's a regular Charlestonian. The doctor starts moving up in hierarchy, and he's very happy about it. He's a whistling doctor. So if you actually Google the whistling doctor, this is the story you'll hear. However, they used to go to plays, but they had to sit in different places based on their hierarchy in Charleston. So they're talking about the play one night after they went to go see Richard III, and it turned into an argument about one of the actresses. The doctor loved her, Ralph Isaacs did not. Turned into an insult party against the doctor's fiance. Two kids off at each other, they go their separate ways. Ralph Isaacs writes something in the paper about what a disgrace the doctor is, and the doctor rebuttals with, "We're going to settle this in Dueler's Alley." They come down here, they take 20 paces, the doctor points his gun in the air and he shoots. Another one kills him. Just wanted to make it fun. Isaacs had a different plan. Takes 2 shots below the knees. The doctor goes down. Does not die, but his friends carry him home to 59 Church Street. That's why I told you how far away it was. He dies 10 days later. It said when you walk through here, this is Philadelphia Alley now because we had to rename it something after dueling became illegal. Philadelphia saved us from a fire. That's why we named it after them. You can hear the doctor whistle. You can also hear gunshots. This is a place where on your audio, you need to crank it up in your car. See what you can hear. First time I've been here, over a year ago, I did hear whistling. It was early in the morning. I debunked it as birds nearby. Still can't prove it because I didn't have my audio with me. We're just kind of checking the place out. This is probably one of the most beautiful places in Charleston, in my opinion. It's great for pictures. You know, snaps and shots. It's good during daytime, nighttime. We're also 1 block away from East Main Street. On a Friday or Saturday night, this is where it would sound like. Don't know why it's always this quiet now. I have no idea. But it is. Always. You can barely hear anything.
You got a picture. Sorry.
You can barely hear anything. So, another cool fact about this, on top of the death gate that I call it, these bricks are going to get older as we walk along. Okay? At the end of this leaf might mean something. I don't know. We'll see what else it comes up with. But the bricks, as they get older, at the end are the bricks that were sun-dried by slave children. You can see their fingerprints and their handprints in the bricks still. So I will point them out. We have to keep moving because it is residential next to somebody's house. So I will kind of point it out to the person right behind me. You guys can all check it out. I'll sneak around the corner, and you guys can take pictures of it if you want. I've gotten EMF from it in the past, once or twice, not very often. So,
You know what he said? He said he bent some leaves earlier, and he's got bend and leaf.
yeah. He's putting clues together, man. I can't deny that. At least he's thinking about it.
The leaves that you pulled out of the cemetery, you bent? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
There you go.
If it comes up with your name, then we got something.
If it comes up with Sam's name, I think we're going to have to meet him at the car.
Let's see what we capture out of this.
You did hit Mom. What did he say?
It says drawing.
Drawing?
Do you want to listen to the thing too? Turn the volume up. Mine's right here. That's a good picture spot too. The plaque of when it became Philadelphia Alley.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to start to go a little nuts right there by the stairs, because that's where the Footlight Players Club is. That's the actor studio for that here. So they have all their equipment in there and things like that. So
This is Jan.
Jan. And then a name. And another.
Don't belong.
Something doesn't belong.
Oh, we gotta get out of here.
Jan don't belong.
I don't know if you heard it. I'm going to point out a handprint that's in the brick up here. It's from the sun-dried bricks when the slave children had to turn them. Sometimes we get EMF from it because it happens quickly because usually somebody's home. It's residential. You want to try to like sweep it real quick. And I've only had it happen once. Some of the fingerprints. There's your handprint. Now, what is it going to say? Did you get anything from that kid? No. It's only happened once.
Matilda.
Yes. No, he didn't.
think it was Saturday night. I got the word gallery when I started to tell this story. We were standing pretty much on our gallery corner. All right, I got everybody. Not missing anybody? All right, cool. So we got one last building to take a look at. The building that's catty cornered, the brick building over there, that is the Wagner building. So that was part of our cotton industry. The story there is the last, well, let me tell you how this is laid out. This would have been the warehouse in the back, and the doors you see back here is where the horse and buggy would have loaded the cotton in and out. The offices for the business were in the very front. Now, the last guy who owned it as a cotton warehouse, George Ferrer, he inherited it from his dad. He had no idea what he was doing. He was a silver spoon kid. He got himself into a bunch of debt, and then he just didn't know what to do. He was super depressed. Why did he So, anyway, he decides he's going to sell off to the British because we also have the boll weevil in town, which is a bug that used to eat cotton. So, he wanted to get out before the bugs ate everything. So he sells to the British. The British come up on Pineapple Park. If we go straight, we're going to run into Pineapple Park. So it wasn't fair yet. So it was a war. So the British ship came in. They unloaded it from the back doors. George was watching from the second story of the front of the place, and somebody gets too close to the cotton with a pipe. The whole ship goes up in flames. George gets super depressed. His father's legacy is now gone. He's going to be embarrassed in society. He decides to pile up all the furniture, hang a noose, and he hung himself. Now, the person who found him was the kid who sells papers on the corner the next day. So George pretty much hung there all day and night, and then was found in the morning. It is said you could see the swinging corpse on certain nights. Tonight we do not have a full moon. It's a waxing dividend. Can't see a moon. But I've gotten all kinds of craziness on it. The thermal camera comes in super great with this. The infrared thermometer gauge, that is really going to come in handy in the front of the building, because that way we can kind of gauge the temperature from the top of the second and third story windows. So that'll kind of be, what'd you do, man? You broke it. It's my thumbprint, not yours. Alright, so we're going to cross legally straight and then to the right, so that way we can actually walk right alongside the building.
Legally.
Straight.
Mom, the cops are out.
That was legally. I thought it was the name of the street.
Now, the interesting thing, the past couple of years I've done, I've been getting a lot of things based on this porch, which is right up the road, like 2 blocks. Zoe runs that place, and I got her coming through on there with her name spelled properly, which is Z-O-E, not Z-O-E-Y. Spelled out, it says there. Sarah came up, who just telling us about the restaurant, basically. It's just been a weird mix over in this corner of Charleston. Communication, basically. You hear anything out there? Listening for like fire, ship, cotton, George, because that was his name. So if you hear any of those kind of terms like that,
Give.
okay. Where's Hannah with that spirit box? I was just making sure you were listening. This is a good spot.
That's good. Different.
Not a good place for a bird pen. Alright, so Glenn, you're going to be looking. You want to be careful because we're on a very busy street.
Yes.
You want to tilt that to try to get the second story windows. Again, just like we did with Bocce's.
Yep.
You're about to get something else too. Let's see what it comes up with.
Is it like a palace in a moat?
Yep. So, Tim, this is a weird spot because it's a major water right on. Anytime
What mode?
Ask me if they've got a boat. You're talking about boats. It's just a suggestion.
Any other temperature changes on those windows?
So the windows are okay to hit?
Yeah, there's nothing in there. It's a wedding reception area, and they're still constructing it, so we can shoot in there if we want to. I just don't use a good pen on these bags.
If you ever get bored and you're looking for new places to research, we're actually from a little town in middle Georgia called Milledgeville, and it had the largest asylum in Mississippi for a bazillion years until they closed it. Annabelle and Georgia. Sherman came through, the whole town is haunted.
Wow.
But you can have fun with that. Have fun with Milledgeville. Yeah, really.
So I had a guest call me Saturday and ask me, her girlfriend that she brought on the tour, she wanted to get her some of the gadgets and whatnot. I have a page set up of everything that's been used.
But it's a
Pulling your phone. Sorry, your phone. You spit in your brother's ear.
Like the thermal imaging camera, like that's a huge chunk. That was pretty expensive. And like all of this other stuff, it's not that pricey. They deal with those stuff. I mean, they're great box. You got another word. What was it? I heard the.
Sam, what's the
I
word?
heard the thing come through. What did we get? Term. I know that noise when it knows it's going to give me another word. But I got to add all these extra things on there. Otherwise, this stuff isn't that. It's really not.
Supposed to wash the windows.
Say anything now? What is that? Term? Clown? Nick, it just said choke.
Is it ship? Choke. And I got the word initial. So choke, he hung himself.
Yes.
So, I need to be listening for the name George and ask if George is with us.
Is George?
George Ferrer.
George,
Did you really?
Yeah.
So, I've had full conversations with that reverse spirit box here. We just didn't know who it was. It wasn't George. But initial what? Like initials? Or is it talking about an initial truck or initial purchase? Also, like I've had fire, ships, insects. Talking about the bullwhip. You know, I've had all kinds of things come through.
right here.
last thing it said.
What?
The last thing it said.
Initial.
Initial. I think it's going better than things. You gotta tell your roommates about it.
Yeah.
Listening right now. Did you get enough video for us for me to
Yeah, I tried to get a lot of the windows, but I didn't want to fall into the streets.
understood? Understood. So guys, I'm gonna call it. What do you guys think? Was this what you thought? Did you have fun?
Yes.
All right, good deal. So let's get this stuff collected. I'm gonna get you guys some business cards, so that way you guys. So the three people that booked, Hannah, Rebecca's not here, and Doug, you guys will get a text message from me in the morning with the direct link to your audio and all of your evidence. That once I get it uploaded, I'll have it to you before noon. That's my promise to you.
We're leaving. We're not like, I just said we're leaving.
Interesting.
Which way do we go to our car?
I'm gonna walk with you guys because
That way,
I'm parked with you too.
Okay.
All right, where's the grid pen? Sam, you still got that grid pen?
George, is there anything
Thanks.
you want to say to us before we leave?
Thanks. I just try to keep everything in order.
I still have the video. I wasn't sure if I'm supposed to leave the video
You can
running.
stop it.
Okay. All right, bye.